Imagine you have just closed the biggest deal of your career. The board is happy, the stock price is up. By every metric of the modern world, you are winning. But inside, there is a familiar tightness in your chest. Instead of celebrating, you are already worrying about the next quarter. You are checking your phone at dinner. You are mentally, rehearsing a difficult conversation with a stakeholder. In the Bhagavad Gita, the state is called bondage. We often think about the CEO as the most free people in society. They have the resources, they have the power, they have the autonomy. But many are actually prisoners. They are chained to the outcome of every email, every meeting, and every market shift. Today, we are exploring a 7,000-year-old solution to this 21st century crisis. We are looking at a chapter 3, verse 9 of Bhagavad Gita to understand how to become an unbound CEO. And the verse states, and the quote starts, work must be done as a sacrifice to the Lord. Otherwise, work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way you will always remain free from the bondage. Quote close. To the modern executive, the word sacrifice might sound like losing money or giving up growth. But in this context, sacrifice or yajna means alignment. It means shifting the why behind your work. If you work only for the fruit, the bonus, the status, the exit strategy, you are by definition a slave to things you cannot fully control. But if you perform your work as a contribution to a higher purpose, the chain of attachment begins to fall away. Let's be honest, as a leader, you are taught to be the result oriented. You are told that if you don't obsess over the numbers, you are failing. But there is a massive difference between being focused and being attached. Focus is having your eyes on the target so you can aim correctly. Attachment is having your self worth tied to whether or not you hit the bullseye. When the CEO is attached, they become fearful. Fearful leaders make short term decisions. They micromanage. They stifle innovation because they are too afraid of the binding consequences of the failure. The Gita isn't telling you to stop working hard. In fact, Bhagwan Krishna tells Arjun to fight a war. It's telling you to work with maximum intensity but zero anxiety. How does a CEO practically apply this? You turn your company into a vehicle for Yajna, right? Think about your stakeholders, your employees, your customers, your community. When you walk into a boardroom, ask yourself, am I here to protect my ego or am I here to serve the mission? When you view your leadership as a sacrifice or a service to the ecosystem, your vision basically clears. You aren't blinded by the personal greed or the fear of looking bad. Your team trusts you. People can sense when a leader is working for themselves versus when they are working for the Lord or the higher purpose. You become anti-fragile. If a project fails, you don't crumble. You realize that you performed your duties, which is the action, and the result belongs to the universe. The unbound CEO is the most dangerous person in the market in the best way possible. Why? Because they cannot be intimidated. They cannot be bribed by a temporary praise. They cannot be broken by temporary criticism. They are unbound because their peace of mind isn't sitting on a balance sheet. Imagine leading from that place. You would take the bold risk that others are too scared to take. You would speak the truth that others are too politically right or wrong to say. You would stay calm while the rest of the industry is panicking. This isn't just the spirituality, this is the executive mastery. It's a blueprint or a master class. As you go back to your desk today, take one specific task. maybe a difficult email or a high stake meeting, and decide to do it as a sacrifice. Release the need for specific reaction, release the need to win the moment. Just do the work as perfectly as you can and offer it up. You will find when you stop trying to own the result, you finally start to own your life. Be the leader who work with everything they have but hold on to nothing. Be the unbound CEO. Thanks for watching, friends, and I will catch you again in the next one.